Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MastoCast. Welcome to episode 46 of the MastoCast, the monoblog podcast hosted by me, Master Dan. The podcast where I just drivel on about a lot of stuff that's happening, bit of life here and there, bit of music, bit of gaming, shit, that sort of stuff. I just like to talk about stuff that I like. And I hope that you like it as well. Thanks very much anyone who's listened to the previous episode of the MastoCast. Thanks very much for listening. That's all I gotta say. That's all I've got to bloody say. Still, we are now, actually, I've just noticed this. We've gone up to 417 all-time players so far on the MastoCast, which is awesome, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you very much, everyone who's got me this far. And numbers are going up ever so slightly. It's good. It's good, man. It's really, really good. One thing I do want to chat about is I'm fucking fully back in on streaming, man. I'm fully back in on streaming. I had a guitar stream yesterday, last night even. And it was an absolute blast. Like, the first proper one I've done in a while. Like, first time where I've gone, right, 7 o'clock on the night, see you there. Posted about it and everything, rather than just being like, oh, I'm live now. And I've got, like, a little thing where you can request a song. Like, it comes up with a song list, and you request it, and, like, I get them, and I play them. And we just have a good laugh. And it was such a good stream, man. There's quite a lot of people there. Made a few followers. I had a raid from Ashley Amelia. Like 45 people came in to watch, and people stuck around. It was awesome. It was really, really awesome. So yeah, I really want to get back into it properly. So if you're listening to this the day it comes out on the Friday, I'm gonna do a drum stream tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, most likely. Because I'm gonna see Tool on the night, so I won't be doing it on the night. But yeah, that'll be something to look out for. It was just really, really good. It was like life affirming for me. Life affirming. I had some hard ass technical difficulties to start off with. I started the stream, and good friend of the podcast, Cam Chappers, came in, and she was like, your stream's not working. I can hear you, but you're appearing as offline on your channel. There's no video. So I was like, God damn it. So it took me a while to, get down to the nitty gritty and look for why I was having these issues. And finally, I used regular OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS instead, and that helped. And I was able to stream. And it came out way better. It came out way, way, way better. And I was over the moon. I was over the moon to finally get it sorted. The live stream started. There was loads of requests came in. Loads of people watched. Had a great time. And gonna do a drum one tomorrow. Saturday morning. I'm going to call it for 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock on Saturday. I'm going to do a drum stream. And that'll be... To be honest, the drums, I'm not good at them. I like playing them, but I'm not really that good at them. Similar sort of situation. May do requests, but it'll be like jams and stuff like that. But it'll just be fun. It'll be funny. Saturday. I'll see you there. Definitely. And, I mean, it's going to be part of, like, learning drums as well. Like, I'm going to be learning drums, so... Yeah, it'll be fun. Guitar streams, drum streams, songwriting streams. I want to go fully back in on it. Like, I've had, like, a real dip in confidence. Ooh, boo-hoo me! Over, like, probably, like, this from the start of this year, going into it. Like... Just barely been streaming and stuff like that, and like yesterday was just I should keep going with this. Like, I should keep going, Yeah, it was great. It was great. Hopefully, see you tomorrow for that. And yeah, yeah. Hope you're having a nice weekend. By the way, the day this comes out, the weather outside is shit yet again. Overcast. It's windy as heck, and just rubbish. Just rubbish. I'm trying to tend to my garden out there, and my frigging greenhouse collapsed, and I was fuming, fuming. But I put it back together now. It's all good. But yeah, the friggin' weather's shit. I hope it's not like this a download. I hope it's not like this a download. Please don't be like this a download. Anyways, bit of gaming talk. We had State of Play last night. Sony State of Play. Yeah, this episode would have been up a lot earlier. But I thought I'd watch the State of Play and the Silent Hill transmission, and which were on it from 11 o'clock onwards last night after my stream. So I thought, right, I'll get these in, and then I'll record it as early as I can on the Friday morning and get it out. Excuse me for yawning there. And yeah, State of Play. It's usually the showcase people want to look out for. The State of Plays. Sometimes you get some good gems in there, but nothing mega, nothing like a God of War or a Last of Us or anything like that. The State of Play, I guess, sort of shows off the lesser known stuff. But it was a bit meh, to be honest. But I'll go over some of the games that got announced and like got some updates for, and yeah, let's get into it. So, they started off with Concord, which took up quite a bit of the stream. To be honest, the stream was 35 minutes long, and this Concord like reveal was, God, it went on for about 10-15 minutes, which took up a good chunk of it, and it had like this big cinematic trailer. There was quite a lot going on, a lot of acting. Like it looked like some sort of heist that was going on. There's like a team of 4 people, 1 robot, 1 sort of brute-sizing alien, 1 more sort of agility sort of looking element, and 1 like a human. Oh yeah, and there's a robot as well. So like you can kind of expect what you would get out of a team like that. Like looking at that, you kind of think it's more of like a campaign type thing. But yeah, it showed off this big cinematic trailer. Like the graphics were really, really cool, and I thought like there was a good bit of humor in it as well. And then it cut into the gameplay itself, and like the graphics kind of dumbed down a bit, and it was like really, really colourful. It was just like very oversaturated. But the overall game itself just looked like Overwatch. Like it just looked like Overwatch. Like nothing for me really. It's a PvP shooter online game. Sort of set in the future. Apex Legends, Overwatch, that type of thing. That's what it looks like. I mean, I said before Helldivers was released, Helldivers 2, that it looked a bit meh, and it turned out to be fucking brilliant. Who knows? This could be brilliant as well, but like, nah, it just looks like an Overwatch game, like hero shoot 'em up type thing. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC on September 19th. Hopefully that turns out alright. Not like Last of Us did when that turned out to be a bit rubbish. Apparently Ghost of Tsushima works really well on the PC, so that's good. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok and its Valhalla DLC is finally coming to PC. 1 bundle package unlocking frame rates, DLSS, XESS, I don't know what that is, and FSR support, and as well as support for super ultra wide monitors. Whoo! Now that is really, really cool, to be fair. If you're a PC gamer, yeah, God of War Ragnarok is a fantastic game. Really, really good. I love it. And yeah, to see it getting the PC treatment, pretty cool. I reckon you can make it look like a hell of a stunning game. and it already is one as well on that PS5. But yeah, it seems to be a recurring thing that Sony are doing now. Their exclusives that come to PS5, they tend to release them like a couple of years down the line on PC, and you get the full capabilities of all the frame rate and like the ultra wide monitors and stuff like that, and everything you can do with modding, that sort of thing. So yeah, it seems to be a thing. But you know, games like that, I can't wait that long for them to come out on PC. Plus, my PC's not good enough for them type of games. Well, my graphics card isn't, anyways. Dynasty Warriors Origins. That got an announcement. 2025. It comes out. Giant army battles. Check. Dashing heroes on horseback, cutting down waves of soldiers in a single swoosh of their sword. Double check. Yeah. I don't know a lot about Dynasty Warriors, to be honest. It looked quite good. It kind of looked Ghost of Tsushima-ish. But Ghost of Tsushima is the bar for those type of things. Samurai, Japanese, you know, like action, fighting games. Yeah, for me, Ghost of Tsushima is the bar for that, because it's a fucking epic game. Like, near enough a 10 out of 10 game. And Dynasty Warriors, I can see where it's getting its, you know, its influence from, I guess. But I don't know much Dynasty Warriors. I know there's a few out there. But usually when a game comes out and it's titled an Origins, I don't expect anything special, to be honest. Infinity Nikki, this looks shit, I'm not going to lie. It's described as an open world dress-up adventure. Infinity Nikki is all about styling it out as you venture across the vast world of Mirrorland with your cute cat butt in tow. It's an OWO game, basically. You go around with a camera and you dress yourself up while there's this sort of dark story. I was getting a bit baffled, but at the same time, thought it looked a bit shit. It kind of looks adorable, but serious at the same time. I don't get it. The Ballad of Antara. This comes out in 2025. RPG. It's very Elden Ring looking. Very, very much Elden Ring looking. I mean, obviously, if you're going to try to look like Elden Ring, it's going to look really nice. It does look nice. It's an RPG. I just think, I don't know, nothing really stood out to me about this trailer. I mean, if you're going to make a game that looks like Elden Ring, I'll just play Elden Ring. Sorry. Next up, a couple of VR games. Now, usually the VR games aren't really a highlight for me, because I don't really have a VR. I don't have a VR headset. I don't plan on getting one, to be honest. And usually when the VR game trailers come up, I'm not about bothered. But saying that, Skydance's Behemoth, kind of like a Shadow of Colossus type thing, by the developers of Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Brand new game, and just picture yourself walking around as a knight. It kind of looks like a good mix of like Skyrim and Shadow of the Colossus, like you know, like design wise, like you got a sword, you can slash people's heads off and stuff, and shoot bow and arrows and things. And there's huge giants that might stand on your head, and you're like, ah! Oh wait, I'm wearing a VR headset. I'm fine, but that looks actually quite cool. I'd play that if I had a VR headset. I don't really want one, but if I was to get one, I'd get that game. And the other one, Alien Rogue Incursion? Insursion? I think it's Insursion. Yeah. Alien Rogue Insursion. This is another PlayStation VR 2 game. And if you imagine the film Alien, imagine being in that dark, sort of Dead Space vibe. And there's aliens all around you. And you gotta fucking run away from them or shoot them and kill them and scream your head off. That'll be quite scary. But yeah, cool. That would be a cool one, really. Marvel Rivals. I couldn't give a poop about anything Marvel, to be honest, apart from the Spider-Man games. Do love the Spider-Man games, but this is cell shaded looking no PvP shooter. Um, what if Overwatch was made up of Marvel soups? Uh, it kind of looks like Fortnite, but Marvel, I guess. Nah, not for me. What else is there? Where winds meet. You know what? I can't even remember anything that went on in this. I generally can't. I feel a bit bad. I cannot remember any of it. Soz. You know what? I'll watch the trailer as I go through the description. Now this is more like it. We've seen several glimpses of where wind meets at this point, but core this latest trailer really does get the pulse racing with its big juicy sword fights. Oh, I remember this now. I remember. Another sort of Ghost of Tsushima looking game, really. I think. Yep. Sorry, I'm watching this trailer. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, it looks boring. It looks boring. That's why I forgot about it. Nothing really for me there. I mean, yeah, sorry. Until Dawn coming to PS5. This got announced before. They're just showing a bit more of the a gameplay trailer. Also getting a PC release as well. Both versions are coming this autumn. This game does actually look really good. I've never played Until Dawn before. I believe it came out on the PS4, if I'm right. I know Ashley Amelia, who raided me last night, she said it's a really, really bloody good game. I've heard good things about Until Dawn. Could potentially give this a go. But, you know, it's not a new title. It's a remaster, basically. But, yeah, Until Dawn. I'm sure that'd be good. Path of Exile 2. Coming in late 2024. Kind of top-down RPG. Looks kind of similar to like a Diablo type thing. Dungeons, that sort of thing. Fire, magic, swords. Yep. Silent Hill 2 remake has been given the release date. Showed a bit more of a trailer, but we'll get onto that later as I talk about the Silent Hill transmission. Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, this looks quite good, actually. This game looks quite interesting, quite decent. I'm not familiar with the Monster Hunter franchise. I know a lot of people who are really into it, but I've never gone into them, never played them before. But this looks really, really good. Like, the monsters are massive, and you have to try and, you know, hunt them. But it looks stunning, though. It looks really, really good. Like, the monsters themselves look, like, really creative, really interesting. And it's a really sort of cool way you can fight them off. Yeah, there was, like, these giant lion-looking things that were on the trailer. But that is coming in 2025. And finishing off, which I think is the best thing of the state of play, after all that dross, really. Astrobot. Astrobot is getting its own game. Obviously, we had the Astrobot Playroom on the PS5. Astrobot's Playroom is what you get with the PlayStation 5 when you first get it. It was something I had to go at. When I first got my PS5, I was waiting for a game to like install or whatever, and I thought I'll give this game a go. And it's so much fun. It's like a really cool platforming game. Like showcases what the console could do, as well as like the DualSense controller. And there's it really like embodies like the whole PlayStation library, and like you win like certain like badges and trophies that are like like you'll win like a PlayStation or a memory card or a PlayStation 2, that sort of thing. And like it really goes through the whole history of the PlayStation. Like it's just a really cool like platform game. It's quite fun and looks great. And now Astrobot is getting his own actual proper game, and yeah, it's like a proper 3D platformer. Looks absolutely stunning. Like the PS5 itself is like a spaceship, and like you fly on a DualSense controller, like jet type thing, and it just looks like really nice and creative. There's a lot of thought that's been put into it. Like it just looks like a really sort of cool Ratchet and Clank-esque 3D platformer. Like there's a few like cameos in there as well. Like you've got Kratos from God of War, like Nathan Drake from Uncharted is in there, and like Papa the Rapper is in it. Papa the Rapper is playing, and like you'd look out like right at the very end of the trailer, like it's got many other spaceships as well that are following this PS5 alongside it, and it has stuff like the L-shaped like 4-way PlayStation controller port like for the PS1. That's like that one of those is like a spaceship, and like you'd think stuff like that would be long forgotten, but it isn't. Like this is something that I would happily pick up. This is the only thing out of the whole showcase that I would be happy enough to pick up on day one. September the 6th. So, not far off, really. It comes out in just a little over 3 months, which is awesome. Really, really awesome. That's the only good thing. State of play, as a whole, pretty meh. I know I've heard a few people go on about, like, why should I buy a PS5 console when there's no games. I can assure you, there's some bloody good games out there. You're just not looking. Go get Resident Evil 4 Remake. Go get the fucking God of War Ragnarok. Go play Ghost of Tsushima. Go play the Last of Us remasters. All that sort of shit. There's some good shit on there. I promise you. Play Elden Ring in this beautiful PS5-ness. Yeah, so that is the state of play. Nothing exciting there, to be honest. A couple of those VR games looked quite cool. Monster Hunter looks decent, I guess. But anyways, shortly after that, about 10-15 minutes later, we had... oh, excuse me, I'm yawning! We had the Silent Hill transmission. And this is pretty much showcasing what Konami have got building up with Silent Hill. So, as I mentioned earlier on, we got a release date for Silent Hill 2, the remake. Comes out on October 8th. And in the Silent Hill transmission, they were showing more of a gameplay trailer. They were showing a lot more stuff that goes on behind the scenes and like talks to the developers and everything. And still... like, my mind hasn't changed about this at all. Like, this game looks unfinished. It doesn't look great. Like, it looks rough. It looks rough, man. They have taken the sort of Resident Evil remake, like Resident Evil 4 remake, Resident Evil 2 remake, like, over-the-shoulder camera sort of thing. Same type of action, same sort of combat. They've taken that, but the design and the models and everything don't look good. This does not look like a PS5 game. It looks like a... And I thought this as well, and I've seen comments about this. Looks like, you know, the beginning of a PS4 title or the ending of a PS3 title. Like, this does not look good. This is really shocking. Like, it doesn't look like terrible, but if you're going to remake something like Silent Hill 2, you got to make it look fucking amazing. Like they were showing some, like, shots of, like, the original Silent Hill 2 from 2001, and God, that game still looks incredible. Still looks incredible on a PS2. And, like, this just looks bland. Like, it does not look great. Like the bless them, like the dev team, like there was interviews with them and they were going on about like how proud they are of the whole thing and like how it's gonna look and the detail I've put into it. Like I'm sorry, but this just is not doing it for me. Like Silent Hill 2 is for me a horror masterpiece, like proper psychological horror, not survival horror, like psychological horror. It is incredible, and I'd say that as well for the other Silent Hill games, 1, 2, 3, and 4, incredible. This just does not get my blood flowing at all. I've cancelled my pre-order on it. I'm gonna wait to see what the reviews are of it, just in case it does end up looking good. You know, this game's out in less than 5 months, and what I'm seeing just doesn't look good. It looks rough. This does not look like a top of the line PlayStation 5 game for one of the most, highly anticipated horrors ever. Like, it just doesn't look good. Does not look good. The voice acting is crap. The actual character models, like the facial expressions are weird. Like the facial expressions don't look like they match what the acting is coming through, like the voice acting or anything. It's like really sort of motionless. Like it's just really bizarre. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. And yeah, it's up for pre-order. They've shown what you can get. You can get the physical copy, and all the deluxe editions are digital anyways, so they're all just like digital art books and digital like costumes or whatever. Just looks shit, man. I'm not stoked about this at all. I'm not stoked about it. I mean, I'm willing to give something a chance. So, but this just not doesn't look good. They went into some more detail of the upcoming Silent Hill movie. Return to Silent Hill. I don't believe they have a release date for that yet. But they basically showed some behind the scenes footage. They didn't show any any movie footage or anything like that. They were just going on about like the script and like the actors and that sort of thing, and the original game itself. And how they plan to match up with that. Excuse me, I'm really tired. Sorry. Yeah, it's that's all we know of the movie at the moment. I mean, I hope that's alright. I hope that's decent. Who knows? Who knows? I thought the first Silent Hill movie was quite decent. The second one, what was it? It was like a 3D one. Wasn't so great. But I hope this one's alright. It'd be really cool if it is. But yeah, that one's called The Return of Silent Hill, and that is based on Silent Hill 2 as well. And that was it for the Silent Hill transmission. Nothing else was mentioned of the other Silent Hill games that are getting released. We did have the short message that came out. Shadow dropped a couple of months ago, I think it was, which again that was disappointing. They've already done the Silent Hill Ascension thing, which is something I didn't really take part in. I wasn't really all that bothered about. But there are supposedly some new other Silent Hill games. Like we haven't got an update on them either. So like all the focus is on the remake of Silent Hill 2. There was meant to be one set in Japan, I believe, and I'm sure there was meant to be just a brand new Silent Hill game. So yeah, there's nothing great at the moment. Just no mention of those new games that they mentioned in the last transmission, which was last year. I think it was like the back end of last year they did it. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyways, let's get on to some music stuff. Hope people enjoyed Slam Dunk Festival. Sounds like it all went all good at the Slam Dunk down south. Although the one up north, unfortunately had some really bad weather conditions, and like the grounds were just absolutely pitted in mud. It was like Download 2016, and they had to close off the car parks to the grounds, so everyone had like the car park tickets refunded and everything. Yeah, it was yeah, quite unfortunate, man. Quite unfortunate. I hope people still had a good time at Slam Dunk. Hope you all had a good one. Just the lineup wasn't for me. Hopefully next year we get sunshine and a better lineup for me. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, a new Bring Me the Horizon album dropped last week as my episode came out. So I was like, for fuck's sakes. But I'm here to talk about it now. It's been out a week. Hope people are enjoying it. So, the Bring Me the Horizon album. This has been delayed for quite some time. If I remember rightly, this album was meant to come out September of last year. A few months after Bring Me the Horizon headline Download, their fantastic headline set at Download 2023. It's been held back for quite some time. We didn't have a date, like a rescheduled date or anything. They just said we're gonna have to work on it a bit more. There was no reason behind it, other than we just want to get some of the minute details like right and that sort of thing. But also during all that carry on, Jordan Fish decided to part ways with Bring Me the Horizon. Whether that was on good terms or not, I do not know. There is some I've heard bits and bobs that like Jordan Fish has been holding on to some of the his rights of the new album, and they've had to like re-record his stuff themselves. But I don't know. I have no idea about that. I can't imagine that being the case, really. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. But yeah, it's finally out now. They just turned around and said it's out tomorrow. That was last week, and here we are. Post-Human Next Gen, the new album from Bring Me the Horizon, and yeah, we had a fair amount of singles already from this album. Some singles that are more than a year old. I think some of them are even over 2 years old. This is 16 tracks. This is their brand new album. We've already had some of their singles: "Die for You," "Strangers," "Lost," "Dark Side," "Utopia," and "Amen." So that's like 6 new songs already. And there's a few interludes throughout the album as well. So really we're getting 7 new songs, really, which I'm absolutely fine with. This album, I like it. I think it's a really good album. And there is quite a bit of this album that feels not so original, some of it quite original, and I'll tell you why. Utopia, when that kicks in, oh, is this Cherub Rock Bar Smashing Pumpkins? You goddamn right it is, because they pretty much nicked that fucking riff, just like Def Havana did with Sing, which I found out a few days ago. I was like, yeah, that sounds exactly like it, and yeah, turns out they both nicked Cherub Rock, but it sounds more like the Def Havana song Sing, and yeah, Utopia, which is like the opening track on the album. Very big chorus, very, very big sounding song. I can imagine them opening their next tour with this song. It's a banger. Yes, they've nicked the riff, but it's a real banger. It's a good rock banger. I think Kool-Aid is fucking brilliant. I love Kool-Aid. I think it's such a good song. I think it might be my favourite song on the album. I'm not sure yet. It's a cross between that and Amen. But Kool-Aid, the riff in it is fucking killer. Drop C, octave, fuzz pedals. It's fucking dope. And like some sort of necro guitar solo in it. It's a really, really cool banger. Like, and this was one of the great songs that was played in their UK tour earlier this year. Like Kool-Aid's a really, really good track. I love it. Top 10 Statues That Cry Blood, very sort of poppy, huge chorus, kind of similar to like Utopia, but it's really, really awesome. Now, Limousine, which features Aurora, this is a straight up Deftones ripoff. I'm telling you, it is. The second this song kicks in, it's like drop B, da na 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 da na na da na 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 da na na, like a proper, like it's got that Deftones groove, it's got that Deftones riff. The beat is very sort of Abe Cunningham from Deftones, and like even like Ollie Sykes' vocal line is like, drag me down some more, like it's very Chino Marino. Like it is like it's like the turn around in the studio and went, let's sound like Deftones for this one. Just a little bit like no. We're just gonna write a Deftones song, and it did that. So yeah, Limousine. It's very, very Deftones-ish. Not ish. Sorry, it is very Deftones. Good song though. It's good. I will say that, but it is very Deftones. You say there's no such thing as an original idea these days, right? Dark Side is another one of the. I think it might be one of the later singles that came out from Bring Me the Horizon. I do believe they played it at Newcastle when I saw them. Yeah, that one's quite a weird one. That one's probably one of the more radio rock tracks. Really, it's very what's it called? I forget what the American radio station is. It's like the American radio station that plays all the rock stuff. It's very much like that. But yeah, Dark Side, very sort of. It's quite anthemic, very American sounding, very radio rock. It's got that weird thing with this. It's got this weird thing with this bridge where they're kind of nicking again, like it's got that something's in the way, memories are haunting me. Like, of course, that's like a Fall Out Boy type thing. For centuries, like memories, centuries. See what you did there. But yeah, that one's a bit weird. A Bullet With My Name On. That can get quite heavy, that one. Quite like this one, featuring Under Oath. Is it Aaron Gillespie, I think, who does it? Like, quite a funny one, this. This contains the lyrics, if Jesus Christ comes back, I'll kill that fucker myself. Which is something that they plastered on their tour posters a few weeks ago, and a lot of the sort of Christian community of Bring Me the Horizon fans weren't happy about. And of course, this is a lyric in that song. Under Oath, I believe, are a Christian band, like Christian post-hardcore band, whatever they are, and that's a lyric coming from them. And yeah, I know like a lot of like the sort of the Christian Bring Me the Horizon fans weren't happy with that tour poster and those lyrics being plastered all over them when they've sung about that sort of stuff before on previous albums. Come on. Yeah, Lost is a fantastic track. I love Lost. I'm sure I mentioned it on this podcast before that Lost sounds like a song that on paper I shouldn't like, because it's very pop punky, it's very sort of Machine Gun Kelly in a way, but I can't help but really, really like it. I think that chorus is just really infectious. Like, it sounded amazing at Download, it sounded amazing at Newcastle. I think it's great. Yeah, NA, not applicable. That is the track that involved the recorded vocals from the UK tour. So I believe I mentioned it on the podcast before when I reviewed the gig, that he wanted the crowd to sing a line and they'd record it. And this is it. The hello Ollie, you fucking knobhead. This track is a bit weird. I'm not massively fond of it. Um, from what I hear, it's about Ollie going through sobriety, that sort of thing. But it's got like this weird sort of she's electric chord structure that's going on. Kind of Weezerish in parts. Very, very weird. I'm not that massive a fan of it. Strangers, of course, one of the singles that's already been released. That's one of the singles that I'm not too convinced by. R.I.P. is probably the worst track on this album. I don't like R.I.P. The Dusk Core remix. I don't know who Dusk Core is, but yeah, not that massive of a fan of it. Just it sounds a bit too sort of squeaky clean, and it's got a lot of that sort of high pitched vocal going on. Before going into the immensely heavy, brilliant Amen, and yeah, I love this song. Bring Me opened up with this at download, and it sounded fucking amazing, and like it had loads of fire. Of course, it features Lil Uzi Vert and Daryl Palumbo from Glassjaw. It's really, really awesome hearing Daryl go fucking mental on that, on his lines, on his verses, and the outro. Really awesome, like Lil Uzi Vert's verse. Really, really cool. It's an awesome track, really awesome. Heavy as fuck and all over the place. We got Die For You. I hated that song when it came out, but gotta admit, kind of grew on me a little bit after seeing it live. I do quite like it. And Dig It goes on for 7 minutes. Final track on the album. I think one of the more sort of slower, subtle ones, more emotional. A decent closer to the album, and yeah, that's how I feel about the album. Really, the album is good. I do actually like this album. I think there's a lot more good tracks than there is like filler, and maybe one or two letdowns in there. I don't think the OST interludes play that big of a role within the album itself. To be honest, they kind of sound a bit generic, a bit like one of them's literally just a drum and bass thing, like a Park did at first. They're trying to do that. Yeah, I think it's the album is good. I do like it. I have been putting it on repeat listens every now and then. It just every now and then, like, it's not like the first half of the album's good and then the second half is shite. It's just like all the way through the album is good. It's just like every few tracks you get a bit of a dud track that I'm not all that bothered about. There's a lot of people who do like this album though. I will say that. You know, a lot of people think it's solid, and I think that's all Bring Me bothered about now. They're at that point now in their career where they are, you know, a genuine arena size band. They headline festivals wherever they go, and you know, all they need to do now with every album release is come up with a good 3, 4, maybe 5 songs that they can add to their set list. And I think that is their focus now, really. I don't think they can. I think like the days of coming up with like a big body of work like Sempiternal or That's a Spirit for some people, or There Is a Hell. I think that's a bit gone. For me, like the way I'm sort of seeing Bring Me now is they're more of a singles band now. Like it's like the albums aren't like a complete body of work. That's what I've thought about this whole post-human thing. It is good, but I would like to see a little less you know, carry on with like interludes and that sort of thing, and just come up with something a bit more solid. I don't need 16 tracks. It's quite a lot, but I do like it. I think it's like a decent 7 out of 10. Some of these songs I would love to hear live again. You know, Kool-Aid, Amen, Lost. I do like Limousine, even though it does sound like Deftones, and that's my other issue with the album. Like a lot of it isn't original quite a lot of it is nicked from other people. I mean, and it's not just like an influence or anything. It is literally like nicked. Like that Cherub Rock riff is nicked. Limousine is literally fucking Deftones. Like there's no two ways about it. But yeah, I think I preferred the last Posthuman album before it. What was it called? Survival Horror. But I think I preferred that one a bit more. I think that had some stronger songs on it. But you know, Posthuman, Next Gen, it's a good pass, and I'm so glad. I'm glad Bring Me the Horizon are at least making some good music still, and you know, because I wasn't all that keen on That's the Spirit when it came out, to be honest, and but you know, I'm happy with albums of this quality as long as they're still headlining festivals and doing arenas. I'm happy with that, really. So yeah, that's the new album by Bring Me the Horizon, Posthuman, Next Gen. Right, I'm gonna go, but before I do that, I've got some questions from the Discord, and they are here. I've got them now, and I've got two questions. One from Six Silver Fury, and the other from Cam Chappers. And Six Silver Fury is, what would a daft draft beer taste like? A daft draft of beer. A daft draft of beer. I mean, a daft beer would have to be pretty out there. It would have to have a fucking weird aftertaste or something. I don't know. Imagine drinking like a draft beer and be like, this is nice. And then all of a sudden you get an aftertaste and you go, whoa, that's a bit daft, isn't it? I don't know. What would make it a daft beer? A daft draft. You could call your beer Daft Draft as well. I don't know. Have like an aftertaste of like shepherd's pie or cheesy chips or kebab meat. Like, fucking hell, that's a bit daft, isn't it? Bit daft. I honestly don't know. I do not know Six Alpha Fury. I'm sorry if I doesn't answer your question. And last one from Cam Chappers. If you would want a dream collaboration between two artists, who would they be? And that is a very good question, and I have the answer to that, big time. For me, 9 Inch Nails can collaborate with absolutely anyone, and it would sound great. I know they've done a lot of good work with like Halsey and Health, and David Bowie and all sorts. But the band I'd love to see them collaborate with the most is Code Orange. Because Code Orange are getting to that point now in their career where they are taking a lot of influence from 9 Inch Nails. It'll be really cool for Trent Reznor and like Atticus Ross to be like, this is how you do it. And then they just come up with something unbelievable. I reckon that would be really cool, and like sort of bringing like the heaviness back to like 9 Inch Nails. I mean, 9 Inch Nails are heavy, but it'd be cool to like get them to get that sort of head like a whole sound, or you know, like downward spiral sort of stuff. I think that would be a really cool collaboration. Like them, Code Orange, it would be a dream come true. It really, really would. Anyways, that will do it for today's podcast. Putty podcast. Thanks very much, everyone who has listened. Sorry, I was a bit tired there. Thanks very much, everyone who came to the stream the other day. And thanks very much for listening to the podcast. You can listen to this on Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube. And if you like what you listen to, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, that sort of stuff. I'm sorry. Oh, dry mouth there. Dry mouth. Tea. There we go. Hope you liked that bit of ASMR. Me just sipping my tea and coughing all over the mic. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Like, share, subscribe if you listen on YouTube, that sort of thing. Spotify, download, rate it, that sort of stuff. Share. See you in the Discord and Instagram if you want to ask more questions. The link is in the description. Yeah. Come join the Discord. Come join the Instagram. All links are in the bio. And yeah. Next week, I will be talking about Tool. Tool! I'm going to see Tool tomorrow night. Oh my god! I'm so excited. I'll talk about that big time. Very, very much looking forward to it. And yeah, hope you all have a lovely, lovely, lovely week. I've been Master Dan. See you later. Love you. Bye.